All right, Briauna, this is our rapid fire round. We ask 7 questions and you give us your first impulse response.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm going to move the questions over here. You give fans origami butterflies at shows. If you could give them any other handmade thing instead, what would it be and why?
Ooh, I would give them crocheted stuff because I made these sleeves. I crocheted these sleeves. Yeah.
Oh, you crochet garments?
Yes, I do. And I've done butterfly keychains too. I've sold crochet butterfly keychains. So it would be anything crochet related if it wasn't like an origami butterfly thing. So.
You've got to check out my friend Jen. Jen's Crochet on Instagram. She's fantastic.
That's so
there
awesome.
You go.
Crochet connection.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Your influences are Melanie Martinez, Lana Del Rey, Danny Elfman, and Suburban. You're stuck on a road trip with one of them. Who are you picking and what are you talking about?
Ooh, I would pick Melanie Martinez easily. And I would talk to her just about story concepts, just like world building stuff that she's done, any ideas that she has. Like we'd probably talk about philosophical stuff, to be honest. It would just probably be like a cool, like, oh, what you up to type of thing. So that'd be fun.
And stop for snacks.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Snack
yeah.
chief. Okay, question number 3. You still have the sheet music from the first song you wrote at 11 years old. If you could go back and add one thing to the song, what would you know? With what you know now, what would you add and why?
Ooh, that song is so simple and I love it for that reason. But I think I would add, you just guys gave me such a good idea. I would add like a future you type of thing. So I would add like a duet part to my song, just talking to my younger self. That's probably what I would end up doing.
You did really do cool. something like that just recently, right? With a reel, like you just did a clip of you 4 years ago. It was like a 2020 clip, and then you're like, "What would myself think now?" You know?
Yeah. That would
great.
be so cool. Thank you. Yeah. I would totally do that. That's a really good idea.
I don't like those because I look at those and I'm like, I had brown hair. Look at that. Look at that. This is before the gray crap.
At least you had hair.
I know, right?
I don't have hair anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I know.
True.
I felt like I didn't realize how much of a baby I looked until I was looking back at old footage, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you're that you know, from the time you're 18, 19, 20 to your mid 20s, there's such huge changes, man.
Yeah.
It's insane. You really kind of grow into yourself, and you're going from a kid into adulthood, and it's a beautiful process, not dissimilar to that of a butterfly.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
That's what we call bringing it around,
She's like,
baby.
I'm going to write this down.
Yeah, we're like, okay, this is the things I need to say. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I love that.
Number 4, you've scored short films and written a concept album. If someone handed you an unlimited budget to create any creative project, music, film, whatever, what are you making?
I'm so excited. With my new album, I think the hardest thing is finding locations for my backrooms concept. I would do a psychological thriller, and I would have interludes with the songs in between kind of blending into each other, and I would have a full storyline concept, dancers, choreographers. Like I would go like full insane. So I would end up actually like doing a full movie with just my album stuff and just like music videos. So that'd be really cool.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, question number 5. Love Me goes from finding love to losing it to self-love. Which phase are you personally in right now? And no, you can't say all 3.
No, I can't say all 3. Oh, that's such a good question. I would say the self-love. I'm in a self-discovery phase right now where I am. I think the most refreshing part about writing music like this is I feel like I'm actually using cool and unique metaphors and really diving into who I am as an artist and discovering that process. So I feel like it's self-love, self-discovery, self-reflection. I'm kind of in that phase right now. So
nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Cool. All right. Number 6, you call your world a musical biosphere. If your biosphere had a weather system, what's today's forecast?
Say, this is the most random answer you're ever going to get in life.
That's what we want.
So I love scents. As you can tell, I have an extensive Bath & Body Works collection. And
I was going to say doTERRA.
Yeah, doTERRA, right?
That's what my wife does.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I love scents, and I do want to eventually have perfumes for all of my songs and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. And so my biosphere, I love the smell of just fresh rain, and I love the smell
so
of
good.
like petrichor specifically. And so if my biosphere had a weather pattern, it would be just fresh rain, petrichor, maybe a little rainbow with some nice clouds. I think that's what it would be.
Dig it. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. I'll hang out there all day long.
Yes.
So yeah.
Count me in.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last question. Finish this sentence. Independent music is blank.
Ooh. Independent music is immersive, at least for me. If you do it correctly, you create your own story and you invite people into a world that they wouldn't otherwise see, especially with social media. My favorite part about social media is there's so many unreleased songs that I've seen because of social media that I love. And there's so many voices that you hear. And so, yeah, independent music is definitely immersive.
Right on. Well, and touching on what you just said about, being able to see unreleased songs is also, it made me think of the video on your YouTube channel of the first time you ever performed Skeleton Boy.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you're there and you shout out your dad real quick and you like, but then you tear, and it's just you and the keyboard, and it's a very kind of a stripped down acoustic version of what would become the song. But I think that I think that's one thing that I've always gotten a kick out of, is watching and listening to early renditions and early versions of songs before they kind of evolved themselves. And so you can kind of hear what they started as a draft or as an acoustic version of something that would become, something down the road that became polished and produced and everything.
I absolutely love that. And I think to add on top of that, I think what I love about interviews like this and also with stripped down live show recordings is, as you get to know me as a person, I'm kind of really bubbly, energetic, happy, and my music is like almost the dead opposite.
Yeah.
And
hey,
so
you know what? Smiths were the same way.
Right. And so it's so funny when you were talking about that switch. I really do feel that when I'm on stage, where it's like I have more of a silly, I guess, bubbly, really happy personality. And then when I start to perform and I feel like I can truly be myself, it turns into just more of a switch of what I feel like I truly am as an artist.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm usually like resting bitch face and like, dude, like, what's your problem? And then when I get on stage, I'm like,
right. Well, and I think that kind of sums up who I was even in childhood, because my favorite movie of all time has been Corpse Bride, like since I was 5 years old. Amazing. I love the score. I love everything about it. And I remember in first grade, my mom told me this story a little bit ago. In first grade, we had a little poster about stuff about us, and it was like, my name is Briauna, I'm, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old,
my favorite food
and my
is
favorite
lasagna.
food's this, but then my favorite movie is Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
And my
great.
teacher was reading it off, and she was like, oh, it's Corpse Bride, is that a horror movie? I'm like, no, it's a really happy, nice movie. And I think that's kind of me as a personality in general, is it's like you see like
that's when you realize
I'm
a little different than the rest of the class. Apparently, I thought everybody loved Corpse Bride, but apparently not. Like, I didn't know nobody can see dead people but me.
No, I love that so much. So yeah, I feel like I've carried on that personality. I mean, since I was little. So
nice. I feel the same way. We had to do these little reports. Like, we'd have to stand in front of the class, and then we'd have to do some study and then just kind of do a presentation of what we learned. And everyone's learning about, like, they're doing their presentation on horses and football, and I did mine on the Titanic.
I love that. I did mine on quantum physics.
Nice. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. And I learned some stuff. I learned some stuff about the Titanic that I didn't know existed. This is way before the movie came out.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Well, that made me think of two things. One, high school, my first official bout, run-in with abject plagiarism. I had not done my homework, which is odd for me. No, it's not. I never did it. But
I'm like, what?
but this particular assignment was weird for me because it was kind of a creative writing assignment. It was it was writing, and I had nothing, and I sat there and I scrawled out the lyrics to "Only a Lad" by Oingo Boingo, and I presented it, and it was an oral thing. And I turned it in, and
I busted.
One girl in the class knew Boingo, and she called my shit. She called me out.
She ratted you out.
She ratted me out.
No.
And Angie, I appreciate you. I still run into her and she still gives me crap
now
for
we're
it.
friends. You
Oh
know?
yeah,
that's so funny.
Well, Boingo people got a bond, man.
Well, yeah, similar thing happened to me. I had a secret language in middle school that I would use to pass notes with.
Nice.
And basically what it was is just English, but only half of the letters written out. And so you could read it pretty quickly. And then if people caught on, I don't know, I guess it was like a better version of Pig Latin. But my teacher caught me and was able to decipher it. And I was like, dang it. I thought I was
Busted.
like really smart.
My brother and I had a really stupid language called the Kong language.
That's so funny.
Which you would put, any consonant, you would put ONG behind it.
Oh.
And then you would just sound. Then you would just sound out.
Tong.
You would sound out the vowels. So like Matt's name was Mong A Tong Tong. Like
I love that.
Like Briauna would
so
be.
great.
Let's see. Bong Rong I A U Nong A.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. That's so
It's a
cool.
lot. Yeah.
I love that.
But me and my brother would have arguments in the language and stuff, and we would say some swear words and stuff. And
That's so funny.
it's like, oh yeah.
See,
Because everybody knew Pig Latin, so we do our own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
That makes sense.
I just went ahead and learned Spanish, so now I can just yell at people in Spanish. My kids always know when they're really in trouble. You know, it's like Dad raises his voice. Look out! If Dad starts yelling at you in Spanish, you know you messed up.
Ooh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But
My kids know they're in trouble if I stop talking.
Yeah,
That's when they know.
silencer's
Yeah, well, it's just like there's a point where like I'm not even going to yell anymore. Like it's over.
Oh,
with
Game
me
over.
growing up,
Funny.
it was how
Game
much of
is
my name?
over.
How much
Yeah.
of my name did my parents use when they yelled at? If it was Matt, all right, cool, Matthew. But if it was Matthew Scott Allen, they mix that middle name in there. Or how many of my siblings and pets' names did they stutter through before they got to my name?
Oh,
yeah, you knew you were in trouble
That's
there.
a good
when
point.
it's
That's
like,
so
all
funny.
of the children except for you, you're the
But on
last.
the school projects, and this is completely random out there, and it wasn't even me. We had an Australian exchange student in our class in 6th grade. Dan Raisin, he was tan and blonde and blue eyes, and all the girls were so gaga over him. So my 6th grade year was the year the Challenger space shuttle blew up. And that happened in January.
Yeah.
That spring, he did his science fair project on the shuttle, on the shuttle explosion, and parents were livid. Like, how dare you? Too soon. And it's
Too
like,
soon.
we all found it fascinating. It's like,
Right.
we all did, but you know.
Yeah,
well,
no,
I mean, if
was-
you're gonna
yeah.
go back in space, you kind of have to study it. Sorry.
Right. You know, it's science, man.
Well, and I mean,
Yeah.
I was the weirdo that did, if I ever had an animal report, I would do it on dinosaurs because I liked them a lot. And then I would do, I think in 7th grade, I was like, I'm going to do it on quantum physics because I really like quantum physics. So I was
That's
kind of
awesome.
like that sciencey.
What's your favorite
aspect to it.
dinosaur?
Ooh, the Crochet easily.
Woo! See, I'm
Nice.
a Stegosaurus, man.
Yeah.
Stegosaurus.
Well, what's funny
kid.
is usually people don't know what the Crochet is, and it's basically it looks like a great white shark. It was in like the late mid Cretaceous time period, and they're actually not related to each other. So even though they look very similar, I really liked Crochet is my favorite.
Gotta have a, you know, and that's one thing about adulthood. Adulthood sucks because nobody asks you what your favorite dinosaur is
No,
anymore.
never.
Also, they don't ask you how fast you can run when you get new shoes.
That's
Mm-mm.
right.
Nope. Or they don't ask you what note it is.
Nope.
It's so sad.
There you go. Yeah. You're like, I can tell you. No, really, Brianna, it's cool. I got
I
it.
know.
No, it's
They're
cool.
like, no, we
Yeah,
don't
we
need to
get
know
it, Brianna.
every
You have
single
perfect
note.
pitch. We know, okay? We saw the clip.
We saw
like-
it. Yes.
And you're. That's when you go. And I was gonna say that like I don't have perfect pitch. You
Yeah.
know, that,
Me neither.
I have Melodyne. That's what I have.
Yep.
So.
Well, here's the thing. That's a misconception. I can still sing off key. I do it a lot
Sure.
still.
Right, but you can- you know the
I just
notes.
know I
You
am.
can
I
sight
just know
read.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You're like,
5 times worse
I
for
just
you
know
when
I'm
you're
right.
at 2.
No, but you know what?
Then-
To be honest with you, that when the when I watched that reel that you had posted, and I actually was reading some of the comments, and some people were like, "Wow, that's crazy," and other people were like, "Whatever," you know.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it in the sense that you're like, what if you're at a busy, like, because you said busy places bother you, and that would make perfect sense, especially like
Yeah.
hearing all the noises, because then your brain's like sensory overload.
Yeah, it can be a lot of a sensory overload for sure. And what
Just wear headphones around everywhere you go.
No, I think I've kind of gotten more of a coping mechanism where I can tune it out a little bit easier than like when I was a kid. But
I do that with my wife.
think
it's pretty easy.
right. Oh my gosh, she's not gonna want to hear that.
No,
oh my goodness.
She already
Happy
knows.
wife.
She's going, I know, and believe me.
She got me some earbuds that are noise canceling, and she's
Yeah.
like, and I tried them out, and they work great.
Oh,
and I'm
that's
sitting
so
there listening
funny.
to my music, and I look over, and she's like, I'm like, what? And she's like, I got you, wife canceling headphones.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm like, I love him.
I don't use headphones. But I think the thing that bothers me the most is like, for example, on radio stations, in order to bypass copyright, they always put it a half step up or even a full tone up
And that's
from
still
the original key.
It's not even legal, though. That's still not legal.
It bothers me so bad.
I know.
And then
it's
I'm
not
like,
legal.
this is wrong.
That's why we
I
don't
hate
play
it.
music. We usually don't play music from other artists on the show, just because I just did not want to go down that
Yeah.
rabbit hole.
But yeah, when
Completely get
we
it.
That's why,
first
like,
started
when-
the show, we would pick a song or two to play on the
Yeah.
show, and we would get
It's
the
such
release,
a pain to
get
get.
signed authorization to use the music and
Yep.
everything. And YouTube doesn't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't. They would put a copyright claim on my own stuff.
Yeah,
my
and that's
music,
interesting.
so-
yeah,
yeah.
that's interesting.
So, but we got permission from Briauna to
yes.
post that little snippet. So thank you.
It's
I'm
so
like 10
good.
seconds.
Seriously,
It's
like-
actually 14 seconds. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that, listening through your, the entire discography you have, on Spotify, listening through it, I like all of it. I love a lot of it. And there's so many of them where I relate to the emotion that you're singing about, or the issue that you're singing about. Or some of them, it's like, man, I would love if somebody sang a song like that about me, or having
yeah,
that,
that's
that
cool.
kind of thing. So, I mean, the themes that you sing about resonate, but what I'm very, very excited for is to see this evolution that's coming
Yeah.
as you kind of go down the rabbit hole, as it were, into more of the dark pop, little dark wave,
Yeah.
bringing a little more of that darkness in, because it's
Totally.
really cool.
Thank you. Well, and then one thing I wanted to bring up as well is, I guess, some advice for artists is, for me, my biggest advice for writing music is telling a story through a familiar lens, but using a unique metaphor. I do that all the time. So
Yes.
the main thing that I love doing is taking a unique metaphor, spinning it, making it relatable, and you can only tell stories in a way that only you can share them. And so that's what I try to do, at least with my music, is it's like, with lobotomy, it's like, this is such a niche, really random thought, and I think it'd be really cool to make it into something that's relatable but also catchy and fun. So yeah.
Well, like, we had a Nick Tsipakis. He's a reggae artist out of LA.
Cool.
And he told us once that he was inspired to write a song called Cyclone because he was sitting in his room like, what am I going to write a song about? And he was looking at his fan. It's an oscillating fan called the Cyclone, and he's like, that's it. That's what I'm so.
That's so
you
fun.
never know where you find inspiration. So absolutely, that's great advice too. It's like, try to find a way to tell a story through different lenses.
Mhm.
I like that. Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That and that really is. It's a and that's such a great way that people can kind of explore their own inner thoughts and inner monologue to find their own voice, to find
Yes.
their unique ways for them to express themselves and make their music stand out and be unique
Yeah.
and not just be the same.
Plus,
Is
it allows the listener to grab onto that song and
Yeah.
put it into their own soundtrack of their own life.
I love that.
That's what that's I think as artists kind of like the underlying, whenever I hear people like, oh, I just write music for, just for fun, and I'm like, oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
But why share it then?
Right.
Like if it's just for you, why share it? Like why even bother put it on Spotify? Or then if you don't care if anybody listens, of course you care.
For sure. Yeah.
But you want people to hear it for the right ways. Like my whole thing is whenever I hear somebody come up and say, man, I love that song. It just, and they'll ask me, what does it mean? And I'm like, well, kind of means whatever it means to you, because chances are whatever it meant to me is not going to be nearly as impactful as it was for your story, so
and I
try to
think,
leave that open-ended.
No, I love that. And I think what's so cool about being in a podcast format like this is I've always wanted the opportunity to explain more of the story behind my music, because it is very story oriented. And so obviously you can have whatever meaning that it means to you, and it's amazing, but I also like to kind of pull the curtain back and explain, like, for example, some of my favorite lyrics, or like, for example, in Lobotomy, my brain is scrambled, I can't make my mind up. I loved when I came up with that, because it's double meaning.
Well, and
super fun,
people
so
want to hear your
dive
side of
into
it too. Yeah, they want to hear your side of it as well. Yeah, and that's the thing, that you're opening yourself up to any possibility. All kinds of listeners from all types. Like who would have thought that some middle-aged guy up here in northern Utah was gonna like totally dig Briauna music,
right?
And here we are, So, well, Briauna, that was rapid fire, guys. If you want to know more about Briauna, be sure to check her out on all of the socials, Spotify, Apple Music, all of those. And we also have a full interview that you can watch. Back it up a little bit. Actually, I'll put it on the end screen here. So, okay.
Sweet.
All right.
Dig it.
And that's a wrap on the fastest 7 minutes in independent music.
Briauna handled the pressure like a total pro.
Go follow her Instagram at briauna.official to see what she's up to next.
And tell us your favorite answer in the comments below.
Subscribe and follow for more rapid fire rounds.
Catch you on the flip side.